Hello everyone, again this is Ethan Shapiro, founder of Climate Change Realty, and in today's video we're going to be doing a review of the market data from Arvada in 2023. So I think I'm going to do one of these videos every single year so we can keep track of what's going on in the local real estate market in each consecutive community. So today we're just going to dive right in and start looking at some of the key data points for Arvada. So in 2023, Arvada had 2,203 new listings hit the market, but they also had 2,011 homes actually sell. Now, an interesting data point to look at is the number of homes that actually expired or were withdrawn from the market, meaning that someone tried to list their home and they ended up pulling it off the market. So the number of expireds in 2023 in Arvada was 386. The average days on market, or how long it took a home to sell, was 35.6 days in 2023. The average sales price of a home sold in Arvada in 2023 was $641,500. Now, another really good indicator of whether or not we're in a buyer's or seller's market is the average supply. So we look at this in terms of months supply, which means that, for example, in 2023 in Arvada, we had 1.25 months supply on average throughout the year. So that means that if no new homes hit the market in 1.25 months, we'd have 0 homes on the market. That's to give you feel what that number means. And the last metric we're going to look at in kind of 3 different phases, and that's the average percent of list price, or basically the average price that a home sold above or below the asking price. So for the full year, on average, homes sold at 98% of the asking price. So that means on average, if you put your home up for sale, you were probably getting around 2% less than what you asked for. Now, I broke this down into 2 more categories of the kind of real estate high season and the real estate low season. So homes typically sell for a little bit more over list price in the summer months than they do in the winter months. In this case, we're actually looking at November of 2022, December of 2022, January of 2023, and February of 2023 to get a little bit closer look at the low season. In this case, in Arvada in 2023, the low season gave us an average percent of asking price at 95.08%. Now, the high season, I'll call it, is the summer months, which I broke down into April, May, June, and July, all of 2023. In this case, in Arvada, we were at 99.6% on average. So next, what I want to do is actually compare this year's statistics to the last 2 years to give you a kind of 3-year lens that can help us predict where this market is actually going. So now let's run through the exact 8 same key metrics and compare it to how Arvada performed in 2022 and 2021. So when it comes to new listings, we actually had 22% or 21.8% less homes hitting the market in 2023 as we did in 2022. So this goes to show you that people are just less motivated to be selling these days as they were compared to last year, almost certainly because interest rates spiked up in 2022, and in 2021 it was a great time to sell. So lots of people were selling, so there were really high numbers for new listings, and now these numbers are just coming down, down, down. That almost certainly has to do with the high interest rates, because why would you want to list your home if you have a 3% interest rate, sell it, and then have to go buy something with an 8% interest rate? Probably doesn't make sense. Now, the interesting piece of data we have for new listings is that we actually had 5.61% more new listings in 2023 as we did in 2021. So what that piece of information tells me is that people were probably not catching on to the trend of what was going on in 2021, which was probably the best time to sell your home in the last 10 years, and started really getting on that train in 2022 and realizing, hey, home values have probably peaked, which I don't think is true. We should probably sell our home like right now. And then they saw the crazy over asking price offers that people were getting in 2021, started getting ready to move and weren't ready until 2022. So that's kind of just my 2 cents about what's been going on with new listings in Arvada. Now, as far as homes that actually closed, compared to last year, we had right around 16% less homes actually sell as compared to 2022. Pretty similar response from what you can expect from the last data point that we looked at. Less people listing their home means less people selling their homes, and that's pretty much what you could understand about that. Now, what's interesting is that we have actually less homes selling in 2023 as we did in 2021. Actually, in 31%, but we had more listings. So that's a really interesting piece of data that shows you that, so we had more listings this year, but actually much fewer homes selling. So we're going to kind of dive into that next with our next piece of information, which is how many homes actually expired off of the market. Aha, now we're getting into the very interesting data here. So, nothing crazy to see when it comes to 2023 compared to 2022. About 10% more homes expired in 2023 as they did in 2022. Again, because people were hustling to get real estate, and then it kind of took a nosedive off the cliff when the rates went up. But here's the really big number. 132% more expired homes in 2023 than in 2021. So what that tells you is that homes were selling in 2021. Like, someone was listing their home, they were getting offers over asking, it was going crazy. But now we had a lot more expired homes this year than compared to 2 years ago. In fact, more than double. So that's just an interesting thing to be aware of. Again, 2021 was an anomalous market, but it's still good to compare it to kind of the situation we're in now to understand kind of where we're going from here. So next, we're going to compare the average days on market to the last couple years. So compared to last year, homes took on average 51.5% longer to sell. And then when compared to 2021, they took 154% longer to sell in 2023 as they did in 2021. Again, that just says a lot more about the year of 2021 than it does 2023. 50% longer, however, than last year is a significant increase in days on market. And that probably has a lot to do with the fact that people really wanted to hold on to the listing prices that they saw in 2022. But with 2% increases in interest rates, that's just really not something that was possible. So people were holding on, trying to get a higher price, but inevitably they'd have to just drop it. And then that's what's leading to those longer days on market. Now let's look at the sales price, because this will be interesting data. This is like the basic data that most people are interested in. The average sales price for a home in Arvada is $641,500, which is actually a 1% decrease year over year from 2022. Isn't that really interesting? People calling for a real estate apocalypse with interest rates going through the roof and getting to 8%. And you guys in Arvada only lost 1% in home values. What makes this really interesting is that when comparing 2021 to 2023, home values actually went up significantly. We had 17.15% appreciation over those 2 years. So anyone hoping for or expecting a market crash is just, I really just don't think it's going to be happening. Average month supply, there was 23.76% more homes for sale or more months supply when comparing this year to last year. And interestingly enough, 135.85% more month supply in 2023 than in 2021, which makes sense because as soon as you listed a house in 2021, it was gone in like a day. So that really makes it hard for supply to recover. But it's honestly better to have a higher amount of supply. It just makes the market a little bit more balanced, less crazy people throwing around crazy offers. If you're selling, it'd be great to have no inventory, so you're the only option for people. But it's not a really healthy or sustainable real estate market. So it's not something that you would really want to hope for. We say that a balanced market is between 3 to 6 months of inventory, and we're just not seeing that in Colorado. We're moving closer to the balanced market these days, but we're just not quite there. Percent of asking when you compare 2023 to 2022, not going to be surprised. Homes sold 2.64% less on average below asking in 2023 as they did in 2022. And of course, nearly 5% less as compared to 2021. So as you can see, the real estate market in Arvada is not at this crazy peak level that it used to be in 2021, but that was obviously unsustainable and not going to last long term. But we really are still in a pretty healthy real estate market in Arvada with 1.25 months supply. That is a very low supply number. That's very much has the weight tipped in the favor of the sellers. However, 2% below asking price is giving buyers a little bit of room to negotiate here. 35 days on market is a pretty healthy real estate market if you ask me. 386 homes withdrawn. Draw from that what you will, because there's 2,000 new listings coming on the market. People are going to overprice things. There's going to be houses that nobody wants. So it's a pretty healthy number, I would say. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I really appreciate you watching this video. I'm an expert on the real estate market here in Boulder, Arvada, Broomfield, Lafayette, Louisville, Superior. By all means, if you guys like this video, please do subscribe. It really helps the channel out immensely. It helps me reach a new audience. If you think I'm really providing you with helpful information, it would mean the world to me. If you like this video and subscribe, hit the notification bell. And yeah, I'm a real estate broker in the area, and I would love to help you out with whatever you need. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.